Okay, so today we are going to discuss our third practical, and which aims at study the free vibration of two rotor system and to determine natural frequency of vibration theoretically and experimentally. So free vibration means we are giving the force just at the beginning of the experiment to make the system unbalanced. Okay, so first we will apply force and then we will release the system and the system will vibrate on its own. Okay, so that kind of vibration is called free vibration, and this time we are going to do this for two rotor system. Okay. Our experiment number 2 was about single rotor system. Now this time we are adding another rotor in the system. Okay. So procedure will be same. This is the apparatus. Okay, this big structure is a frame. This A, or you can say rotor A, rotor B, which are connected with shafts, and shaft is passing through bearings. This thing over here is a bearing. Okay. And on rotor B we are attaching this cross arm. Okay, we are attaching this cross arm to have different moment of inertia than rotor A. Okay, rotor A અને rotor B ની moment of inertia अलग अलग કરી શકાય તેના માટે. Otherwise we can change moment of inertia by attaching different amount of mass on this rotor B, on this cross arm, we can say. Okay. So let's have a look at how we are going to perform it. Torsional vibration of two rotor system. Okay, so components goes like this. First one is frame, and on both ends of the frame we have mounted bearings, and one shaft is passing through the bearing so that it can easily rotate, and on right hand side of the shaft disc A is mounted, and on another side disc B is mounted, and on disc B we have attached this cross arm, and on this cross arms we have attached weights. Okay, to change the moment of inertia of this disc B for taking different readings. Okay. So this is the side view of this disc A, and this one is disc B over here. On disc B you can say we have attached this cross arm, and on this cross arm this orange color circle is basically weight attached to this disc. So first what we will do, we will twist this disc. Okay. One thing to note, that vibration will only occur if you twist this disc A and disc B in opposite direction. Okay, if you twist this disc A in clockwise and B in counterclockwise, then vibration will occur. If you rotate both of the disc in same direction, then there will be no vibration, there will be rotation only. Okay, system will not oscillate, system will rotate. Okay, so to make the system oscillating, we have to give torque in opposite directions to disc A and disc B. In this case I am giving the torque to disc A in clockwise direction and disc B in counterclockwise direction. Okay, so after twisting we will just release the system, and the system will vibrate on its own. Okay. And the vibration will be counted. Time period for 10 to 20 vibrations will be counted. Here I have shown for 10 number of vibrations. Okay, so we will record the time for 10 oscillations of this disc, and then we will go to the calculation. Okay, so closely observe when I am counting the vibration. Okay, when this red point goes down and again comes back to its original position, that is called one oscillation. Okay. So likewise we have to count here 10 oscillations. And if you look at the motion of this disc, these discs are oscillating in opposite direction. This is in clockwise, this is counterclockwise. Okay, closely observe this. These discs are oscillating in opposite directions. When this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. When this is anti-clockwise, B is clockwise. Okay, likewise. Okay, so this is how for 10 oscillation you are required to record the time period. So after recording the time period, we will go to the calculations. Okay, so this is the experimental procedure which I have just explained. Okay, so nomenclature goes like this. Small d is the diameter of the shaft, which is connecting two rotors. You can say this shaft which is connecting two rotors. Capital DA is diameter of disc A or rotor A, diameter of rotor A, and DB or D2 is diameter of rotor B. Okay, this DB is only the diameter of this green color disc. Okay, don't consider it as a center to this orange point distance. DB is the diameter of only this disc only. Okay, J is the polar moment of inertia of the shaft. IA is the mass moment of inertia of disc A. IB is the mass moment of inertia of disc B. Capital L is the length of the shaft. Okay, capital L is the length of this shaft. Capital R is the radius of fixation of the weight on arms, means which distance from center of this B to the center of this orange mass. Okay, that is the radius of fixation of mass. We are fixing this orange mass at radius R, capital R you can say. Okay, so that this capital R is the radius of fixation of weight on the arm. Capital M1 is the mass attached on the cross arm, including the mass of cross arm with bolt and nut. Okay, if you see the assembly over here, rotor B, the cross arm is attached on rotor B, and you can say masses will be attached with the help of nuts and bolts. Okay, so M1, capital M1 is the mass, total mass of the mass attached over here, as well as mass of bolt, nut, and mass of cross arm. Okay, so everything attached to disc B. MA is the mass of disc A, MB is the mass of disc B. Okay, so here some sample data are shown, or specification of our apparatus. Disc A is having diameter disc meter B, mass of disc A is given, disc B is given, radius of fixation of arm 0.150 meter, means 15 centimeter you can say. Diameter of the shaft small d is 3 mm. Length of the shaft between two rotors is 0.89 meter, and modulus of rigidity of shaft G is given as 0.8 into 10⁻11 Newton per meter square, and mass of cross arm with bolt and nut is given to us as 0.485 kg, mass of cross arm and bolt and nut. Okay, so we will add mass attached to the cross arm in with this one. Okay, so that will give us capital M1. So theoretical calculation equations are given over here. Equation for polar moment of inertia of shaft is pi by 32 d raised to 4. Torsional stiffness Kt is equal to Gj by L. Okay, this equation can be derived from Fluxer formula. Okay, we all know that T by theta is equal to Gj by L. Okay, let me write here. T by theta is equal to Gj by L. Okay, so T by theta is known as torsional stiffness. Okay, and mass moment of inertia of disk A, IA is given as this equation, capital MA, mass moment of inertia of disk B, IB is equal to MB dB square by 8 plus this thing. Okay, why we are adding this much amount in mass moment of inertia of disk B? If you consider only disk B, then its mass moment of inertia will be only this much amount. Okay, but we have attached here cross arm with the disk B. Okay, so this much amount of moment of inertia will be added to the mass moment of inertia of disk B, and this is the equation for theoretical time period, which is equal to 2 pi under root IA into IB divided by KT IA plus IB. This equation can be derived for two rotor system, okay, which is already given in the book. Okay. T theoretical frequency will be the inverse of this theoretical time period. Okay, so this portion is for theoretical content. If we go to experimental contents, then actual time period, this small t is time period measured for 10 oscillations with the help of stopwatch. Okay, small n is number of oscillations. Okay, so if we divide this time period with number of oscillation, then we will get time period for one oscillation. This T, capital T, actually is the time period for one oscillation, which is measured experimentally. So frequency will be inverse of this time period, T actual. Okay, so this is how the readings will be taken, and over here observation table is given. M1 is mass attached in kg. Okay, this M1 is not only mass attached. If you attach 100 gram of mass, then you have to add this 0.485 gram or kg in that system, because we know that capital M1 is the mass attached to the cross arm, including the mass of cross arm with bolt and nut. Okay, so you have to add this much amount in the mass attached. So if you are attaching 100 gram of mass, then here the reading you have to write is 0.1 kg plus what was that, 0.485 kg. And this is, here you have to write radius of weight, or you can say radius of fixation of weight. તમે જે weight fix કરો છો જેટલા રેડિયસ પર આપણે અહીંયા લખેલું છે 0.15 meter, or you can say 15 centimeter. So here 0.15 will be there, and here time period for 10 oscillation. Okay. You have to take 3 readings. You have to measure 10 oscillations 3 times. Okay, so first time you will write over here for 10 oscillation, then for another 10 oscillation, then for another 10 oscillation. Then here you have to take average of these 3 time periods, and you have to write over here. Okay, so we will consider average time period for our 10 oscillations. Okay, so here will be the result table. With the help of equations given above, you can calculate the value of IA, IB, and you can write over here. And this is theoretical time period and actual time period. Theoretical time period will be calculated with the help of equations, and T actual we have measured. Okay, similarly F theoretical and F actual. So this was about the third practical, how to measure natural frequency of two rotor system.